immersive story worlds are coming. But before that, please welcome our next speakers, POLINA's ZAKH, creative producer and senior vice president at Sila Sveta, Sergey Alvangelsky, CEO at WAYDEL, moderated by MARTA WAYDEL, CEO and co-founder at IKLEID.
Well, welcome back to the main stage, everybody. Emerge continues with what I think is going to be a fascinating conversation. Whether it's an immersive live performance or AR sneakers that you post on Snapchat, we live in a world. It's a phygital world. Now, if you didn't know the word phygital, I Googled it earlier. It's actually a thing. And to talk all about that, from Billie Eilish to Snapchat, and welcome to this phygital reality, I'd like to welcome on stage our moderator, MARTA WAYDEL, co-founder and CEO of IKLEID, who will introduce her panelists. Over to you, MARTA.
Hello, everyone. Thanks, Stuart. So welcome to our amazing subject. So just a short introduction about myself. My name is MARTA WAYDEL. I'm fashion innovation researcher specializing in sustainability, consumer behavior, and technology. And I have been involved in fashion business actually since 2001. I'm a founder of IKLEID, where we are concentrating how and which technological innovation can drive sustainable fashion consumption. I'm also developing a game called Portobello, where we are trying to understand if and how games can help us to consume fashion in a better way. And today I have a pleasure to moderate a discussion on super exciting subject. Phygital reality. We have two amazing guests, POLINA ZAKH. She's a creative director. She's a creative producer and senior vice president, of Sila Sveta.
Correct.
So this is the interactive media production and conceptual design studio. And we have also Sergey Alvangelsky. No, sorry, you need to correct me. CEO from WAYDEL. This is a revolutionary augmented reality solution for fashion industry. So, POLINA, can you please introduce yourself in more details and tell us a little bit how you got into this fascinating space where you are today?
Thank you. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for inviting me. It's a real pleasure to have this discussion. My name is POLINA ZAKH, and I work with Sila Sveta, which means power of light in Russian. And as Marta said, we're an interactive design studio based between New York and Moscow. We're a team of 70 people, most of who are artists and producers. And we constantly work with digital art that is merged with a physical reality and digital and and everything. So it's an interesting mix of different realities, and I'm excited to discuss all the questions now with you guys.
Super exciting. And Sergey, sorry for that name.
No worries.
It would be great to hear your story as well. Can you tell us a bit more?
Sure. So I'm Sergey Alvangelsky. I'm CEO of WAYDEL x WANNABUY. So we're developing different experiences for fashion e-commerce and fashion industry in general. Our most signature product is virtual try-on for shoes and for watches. And with this product, we blend the physical reality of real fashion with the digital reality of AR. And we focus on how we can blend these two together to help the physical retail and the physical brands with some digital solutions. So great to be here. Let's start a little.
So yes, the phygital reality. It's about the concept of using technology to bridge the digital world with the physical world, with the purpose of providing a unique interactive experience, right? So can you explain how this concept is related to your company? POLINA, can we start with you? Can you give us some examples, the most exciting example, and maybe showcase what you are doing in Sila Sveta?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, 2020 was the perfect time for the emerging and developing the phygital space, and we actually work a lot with the artists, creating stage designs and visuals for the artists, for the musicians, for fashion. And 2020, due to all the lockdown and due to the craziness our world was living in our realm, phygital made a huge step forward. One of our best experiences was working with Billie Eilish on creating her XR performance together with Moment Factory. So Moment Factory, who worked with Billie for her live tour, and actually did one show before all the lockdown happened, reached out to us, and we worked together on creating a couple of the songs, visuals for the songs. So it was in the XR studios. That is an augmented live performance that was enhanced with layers of dynamic and impactful visuals. So basically, we had the artist surrounded by LED screens, and we had the camera with a tracker that tracked the position of the artist and immediately added the layer of the visuals to the broadcast. So for us, that was a beautiful experience and completely different world. But it proved the concept, actually. So it's interesting to see how different artists connected with the fans during the lockdown, and being that virtual, opposing to actually them having, live tours all the time and like traveling around the world and like doing crazy, for I don't know, 50 nights for the tour. This time, Billie was able to show her performance to like millions of people across the world. And it was pretty fascinating to see how technology can step up the game, and it was literally like a different game this time.
Sounds really super exciting, and I guess we can watch it somewhere, right? We can watch it on the.
Well, this is the thing. This performance was one time only, and there's no recording, so fans were encouraged to buy tickets. That were like around like $30, if I remember that correctly. And you have a room where you can chat with your friends. But it was so many people that were joining in that at some point they disabled the chat feature. And you just like watch the performance. It was interesting because it's kind of, it feels like, like Instagram filters, right? And like on the background, it was the visuals too, and it's all merged and it was live, which was never done before in this scale, because it was pretty much it was like a 40 minutes concert, like a full-on show. So they didn't have the recording, so there was one night only.
Well, I'm so sorry that I missed it, but maybe the next one given you.
Yeah.
Amazing. That's super exciting. Sergey, it's augmented reality. There's so much happening within fashion, especially now from the beginning of pandemic. And I know that you're working on some fashion examples as well, how you can use augmented reality. Can you share some insight as well?
Sure. So I think I would love to share the story which we witnessed with our probably favorite customer company, Gucci, which actually was the first customer in WANA. And originally, we launched our sneakers try-on technology back in 2019, and Gucci was the first brand who approached us and said, hey guys, since 2016, we've seen in Instagram people posting their shoe selfies. And we were dreaming on something like you do when people can try it on AR and present this. And this is how it all started. And over the course of years, we see that the idea of presenting physical things in digital world really resonates, particularly with the younger customers. and fashion brands see the value in this blend of realities, right? So you can try expensive Gucci shoes digitally, so you literally get the feeling that you are wearing them when you see in your phone screen and see the shoes on your feet. But I think 2020 and the COVID brought even more interesting ideas there, and we see it across the whole fashion industry. And so the project which I would love to highlight is the collaboration we did around the completely digital items. So in I think November 2020, Gucci in their own application presented completely digital sneaker. So the sneaker which never happened, never appeared, never was produced physically. And the idea was there that people can purchase it within the app and share it in social media, share it in messengers with their friends, family, and just people who they want to show off to. And I think this is the idea of completely digital fashion is something which really, on one hand, is very early and it's very futuristic. Because like, why would I buy something for like hard money, which I can't wear, right? For some people. But on the other hand, even right now, people shop for fashion only for like showing off in many cases. And this is like very sustainable way how you can reduce consumption of physical things, though promoting the fashion and the beauty here. So this is, I think, the exciting example of how physical and digital realities merge together for the time. And it's really interesting to see what the next year brings to us.
Mm-hmm. So if you want to test, do we need to download some app? Do we have to go do it through Gucci website? How we can test?
So yeah, you can do it in Gucci application. You were able to do it in WannaKicks, which is application of our company in this collaboration. But right now, if you want to try it, go ahead, download Gucci app, go to the sneaker garage, and here you can purchase this virtual item and share it with friends.
Okay,
pretty cool. Yeah, I've checked them out. They're really, really good, guys.
I'm playing quite a lot with digital and augmented reality fashion. And I wanted to ask you another question, but because Sergey, you touched about money and hard money, then maybe I'm just gonna move to NFT because I'm very curious. We are, all in the creative industry. What's your opinion about NFT? What's your take? How do you see it, POLINA?
Let's go with Sergey was like about to say something. I'm like, okay, let's go.
You continue because
let's switch the round.
Yeah.
All right. So I think there are like too many things mixed in NFT. So some are obviously like very hyped, and even right now we see like some decline in the interest to NFT. But I think some things are really might have longer term impact to the industry and to the like the whole creative world. So I think the idea of owning digital items is completely valid. This is something which is coming. But if we speak about the current implementation NFT, it's obviously not very friendly from user experience standpoint, right? So, for example, if I want to purchase something on NFT with the hard money, it's a real pain, right? I need to open the Ethereum wallet. I need to buy Ethereum for my.
Except for NBA Shot.
Yeah,
which like actually they're making like most of the money where you can pay with a credit card.
Yeah, but this is not like fully NFT, so it happens on their server. So it's like the same old centralized system which runs on their server. Exactly. So it's not like the fully admitted blockchain integration, right?
Exactly.
So I think there are a lot of smart people working on this in blockchain industry. So we'll see where it goes. I think it's going to evolve over the years. But with the existing NFT, I think it's like 95% of hype and 5% of something real for now.
Well, which is great, although, like, I'm positive about NFT just because I've seen so many digital artists who work so hard for so many years and been barely paid. And so now they have the opportunity to actually sell their artworks and like make money on that, which is which is incredible. um I totally understand the downside of that, and like there's a lot of rubbish out there. But at the same time, the fact that there's a lot of big players, big contemporary art players coming into the field, and getting like digital artists actual fame and fortune, I kind of like it. And Sergey, I think you're absolutely right about like 95% of the hype and 5% of is something's going to come out of it, which is pretty, I mean, it's the second wave of like NFT hype, right? So it's interesting where it's going, but it's definitely going somewhere.
Well, I think that NFTs are still quite new, and many people still do not understand what is it about.
Right. Well, the more we move into digital world and the more phygital is gonna, like merge with the reality, I think that's where we'll see the development of all these like blockchain and NFT things. And I don't think we can even predict now what's gonna happen.
Well, that's you touch on digital lives, so I think that digital media definitely disrupting how we behave and how we see the world. And just I would like to know, how do you think, how essential is digital media in today's modern world? Is it a positive or negative force within the world?
I think it's not positive, not negative. It's just the reality now. It's like you can't imagine it without it. And I personally love digital, and I think there's going to be so much of the things coming out of there, specifically, I mean, when it's going to become as easy as like iPhone, or like, we're gonna have the glasses, and like, I don't know, Apple dropping the glasses, and in like 5 years our life's gonna be completely different and completely like virtual slash again physical. I feel like I only see it as a positive, and it's just like a development, as a natural development we're going. I cannot imagine our world without it anymore.
Yeah, well, I see quite a lot of negativity, especially that I'm developing a game, and then all the social networks, they are designed in such an addictive way that is quite
well, like everything was like in the past, there was like, I don't know, TV, there's like people who were not controlling, or all of the stuff.
Yes, but it's slightly different now, just this immediately of news, and just everything is on demand. Like, for example, Netflix, you just don't need to wait anymore, it's straight away. And they're designing the way, it's like with pro hackers, where that you can't really stop.
Of course, yeah, but I agree with that totally. And I see the negativity in that. But in general, that's like, we never had, speaking of Netflix, like it's so, if you actually interested, if you can curate your whole collection, like you never had those opportunities before, so I think it's a lot, it's more about responsibility and making people more like actually responsible for their lives.
Yeah,
so actually curating.
Completely agree here with POLINA. So I think it's, there's a famous quote about the guns, so that guns don't kill people, it's the people who kill people with guns. So in this sense, it's like to some extent can be applied to digital world, right? So I think the human nature is the basis for that, and for those like abuses of our like with a lot of information and a lot of sticky, videos, games, etc., etc., etc. But with the TV, when I was young, right? So what parents forbid us is to watch TV for a long time, right? So currently, parents forbid us to sit in TikTok or play the games, And I think
what if parents are doing the same and sitting on Zooms all day long?
yeah, but they are doing this instead of going to offices, and instead of maybe watching TV in the evenings, they're watching Netflix or YouTube. So I think the obviously digital and like mobile and potentially AR glasses or some other other devices which we're going to have. I think first of all, it brings a lot of benefits. This is like why we are using phones, first of all, right? So look at your screen time. Is it like because you're forced to?
Okay, Sergey, what's your screen time?
So, you know, Telegram, Zoom, Gmail, and some probably Facebook and YouTube as well, right? So like quite.
No, I mean, what is your time? Like, what's your personal screen time?
Well, I think around on the phone.
Question.
I think around 6 hours, probably, or something like that, maybe.
Yeah, me too.
I mean,
like
it's obviously it's obviously in hours. If I take the computer, right, it's even larger. So yeah,
it's really amazing conversation, and I think we could speak for hours. But unfortunately, we are running out of time. I've got last short question. If you can answer, like in 2 sentences, do you think digital can be a replacement for real life interaction?
Not yet.
But you are thinking about
it might be in the future, but that way not yet. Nothing's gonna beat the reality so far. I don't know how the progress is gonna go, and it might be, you know, we're not feeling anything with our bodies, but it only is gonna be like brainwaves. Probably then, but for now, physical is as important as digital.
In my opinion, digital is essentially extending physical. So it's actually not like
it's a good point.
they're just like working together and extending our capabilities there. But the trend which I see here is that physical and the real life and face-to-face, they become the luxury of the new age. Because currently so many things can be automated, can be made in your iPhone. So when you go to the physical restaurant and the servant serves you, this is a luxury of the new age, right? And every time you face with the real person, it's
without a mask. You're like, wow.
Without mask in particular, it's a luxury of the new age.
Absolutely, and I would love to meet you in person and have this conversation in person with a coffee without mask, but that's that's something that we can do without as well, with here on Zoom. But guys, thank you so much. It was very insightful, very interesting to learn about you more, about companies and what you're doing. And thank you very much. And back to you, Stuart.
Thank you, guys.